Hello students, myself Michael Vasky. Today we are going to discuss a very important chapter of class 9, motion. If we look around us, we see many living things except the plants moving from one place to another, and they continuously change their position with respect to time. If we talk about a wall clock, we see three hands: minute hand, second hand and the hour hand. But as the time passes by, it changes its position with respect to time. According to science, if we try to define motion, it can be defined as follows. A body is said to be in motion when it changes its position with respect to the stationary object taken as a reference point. Let us come to the next term, that is distance and displacement. Here we can see in the picture a boy moves from A to B and from B to C. So the actual path which is being covered by the boy is 7 meter. Talking about displacement, the shortest path between the initial and the final point, which is 5 meter, is called as a displacement because this is the shortest path between the initial and the final point. So the difference between displacement and distance is the shortest path and the actual path which is being covered by the boy. Coming forward to the next term, speed, velocity and acceleration. What is speed? The distance traveled by the body per unit time is called speed. It tells us how fast or slow the body moves. Its SI unit is meter per second. If we talk about CGS unit, it is centimeter per second. It is a which quantity? Scalar quantity. Why it is in scalar quantity? It is scalar quantity because it doesn't need any direction. It is measured with an instrument called as speedometer. The formula of speed is distance by time taken. Looking forward, the next term is velocity. So what is velocity? The distance traveled by the body per unit time in the fixed direction or the given direction is called velocity. Its SI unit is same as the SI unit of speed. It is a vector quantity. Why it is a vector quantity? It is a vector quantity because it needs a fixed direction to move. If we talk about the formula, it is displacement by time taken. Next term is acceleration. What is acceleration? The rate of change of its velocity with time is called acceleration. Acceleration is the change in velocity in the given time. The formula of acceleration is final velocity minus initial velocity by time taken. If we talk about the SI unit of acceleration, it is meter per second square. Next term is scalar quantity and vector quantity. So what is scalar quantity? The physical quantity in which only magnitude is mentioned is called scalar quantity. Example, distance, mass and time. All these physical quantities doesn't need any direction. But talking about vector quantity, it is a physical quantity in which both direction as well as magnitude is necessary. The example of this vector quantity are displacement, weight, velocity, because we have already studied about the weight, that weight is never constant. It changes from place to place. For example, if we talk about a person who is weighing 60 Newton in the earth, the weight of the same person in moon we are having, it is 10 Newton. So there is quite a good difference between the weight. Now the distance which we have already talked, if we consider the distance cannot be 0, but in case of displacement it can be 0. How? Let us see the following example. If we see in this example, the boy moves from A to B and from B to C, and again if the same boy moves to A and reaches the final point, which is the same point from where he had started, so the displacement in this case would be 0. But in the case of distance, it is never 0. The distance which the boy travels, it is 4 meter, 3 meter and 5 meter. So total distance it is 12 meter. So this is the major difference between the scalar quantity and vector quantity. Okay, so today we have completed this part. In the next class I will be teaching you next part of the chapter. Okay, thank you.